everybody doing? I am doing well. I'm a little late. Sorry about that. I'll be honest. I was eating dinner. So that's why I'm late. Anyways, so today, if you didn't see the schedule or anything, or any of my posts, today we're doing a review on Embrace of Shadows by Jess Drew. So this is somebody that I know that wrote this book. So it is the first book of the Cursed Fae of the Orpheus Manor. So yeah. Anyways, I guess what I want to do, because it's not really well known, I think I want to just share a little bit about how the story is, and then we'll get into like my thoughts and stuff. And oh, by the way, I just want to share that I finally got a a phone mount. So yeah, and I think it's gonna work out. Well, we're trying it, and we'll see. So far it's doing okay. So, anyways, let's get into this. So this is Embrace of Shadows. It is, I think it's considered like a fantasy romance, fantomance, whatever you want to call it. But so there is some fantasy parts to it, but it's also a romance. So start with that. So like the start of this book basically is, as you can see, this girl here, she's the main character, and this guy here is probably like the main character, is the other main character. Anyways, so she is at the beginning of the book, she's like lost or something in a desert or whatever, and some things happened while she's lost, and this lord, he's a Fey lord, if you can see by his ears, he comes and saves her, and she basically goes to his house, his manor or whatever, and basically like she has no memory of like what she's supposed to do, what's going on. Apparently you pick up that she has lived at this place before, and like everybody knows her, but she doesn't really know anybody. And then like as you read, you also find out that like the Fey Lord is the same way. He basically doesn't have any memories either, or anything like that. So, I forgot what her name is. Let me see. Let's take a look a little bit. Let's see. Oh, here's a little synopsis. Here we go. Salma, that is her name. And then the Fey Lord, Adam, that's right. So anyways, that is basically, she has no memory of who she is or anything, and he doesn't really know either, as you've seen in the little thing there. So yeah, so basically all they know is like they have no memory, they don't really know, and they're like trying to put pieces together because there's some things that are just weird and they don't understand. And then like there's apparently a shadow that comes at nighttime or something, so like Adam has to make sure these like relics or these ruins are in place so that they don't so the shadows don't like mess with them or whatever. So yeah, so that's basically the book, you know. He knows that he like has feelings for her, but he doesn't know exactly why. So we will start with last time I did the what I didn't like first and then what I like. I wrote it the same way today. If you prefer another way, just let me know. But unless nobody really cares, we're just gonna go on to the next thing. So, okay, so the first thing that I didn't like, this was like the main thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, so like the first thing that I didn't like and is the main thing that I didn't like was there's just not enough action. I felt like like for a fantasy like book, there wasn't a whole lot. Basically what I felt like was like this was a romance book with a little bit of fantasy. So there are fays, and like I said, there's these shadows, and that's kind of like the gist. I think there's like, well, they have like core magic or something. So there is some fantasy, but I just feel like there wasn't a whole lot of action. Kind of go, you know, so yeah, you know, this is even my second point. That kind of goes into my second point. My second point, like, I put that there was more romance than fantasy. I'm not a huge romance person to start, but I do like a fantasy, and this wasn't a bad book. Yeah, I'm just not a big fantasy person. I think I've mentioned that before. So that's just my main critique, really. Critique. The other thing, kind of goes with what I already said was, some parts are boring. I felt like, which makes sense for a mainly romance than a fantasy. Kind of goes back with like there's no action. I felt like it dragged on some parts. So that's my just thing. Like I just wish there was more action. Like for these, you know, like these shadows or whatever. I just wish more things happened with that. So what I liked though, there was quite a few. Well, I mean, there are like 3 things that I listed and stuff, but there's a little bit more detail to what I liked. What I liked about it. Yeah. So for one is I thought the author did really well on world building. I thought it was good. Like I was able to picture the world, picture the palace place that they were staying at, or wherever his manor, you know, the desert. Like I thought she did really well. There were some parts that she was really descriptive, which isn't like a bad thing, but I felt like I'm not big on like big descriptive things, so there were some parts that, hold on. There were some things that I just felt like that, like, she didn't need as much description as there was. But that's just me. Sometimes I don't really like a whole lot of description because I lose my attention. So the second thing was the characters. I I thought all the characters were really well. They were all likable. I thought each one had a different personality. You were able to tell who was who, and like I did the audiobook, which I'll actually talk about that. But yeah, the characters were good. Even like, okay, so like Adam had a like twin brother named Edward, and even them two had separate personalities, so there was no confusion, there was no anything. So the characters were written really well, so I like that. And then like, oh, I have 2 more points. I forgot to put a number down for the last one, but anyways, the third point is, at first I didn't really like the brother or like the rest of the like court really, because I don't want to give anything away, but basically like the court people and his brother were trying to keep Adam and what was her name? Oh, remember, I don't do well with names. Salma. So Salma. Okay. So like they were basically trying to keep Adam and Salma away from each other, even though they were drawn to each other and they wanted to be together and stuff like that. The court and everybody was trying to keep them apart. I didn't understand at first, and I didn't like that part, but you find out later on in the story why that is, and it makes sense. So it was intentional for us basically not to like the family. So yeah, so I'll say that was good. Like, even though the whole thing is not a good situation, it was written well, because you do not like what's going on, but then you understand later on why, and I like that. So, and then the last thing that I liked was the ending. I thought it was really good. We are basically left on a cliffhanger, and as much as it drives me crazy to be left on a cliffhanger, I love them. I don't know why. It's like, it just grabs my attention, and it's like amazing, so I don't know. So that's just my thing. Like, that's what we're left on. We don't know what's going to happen, and it makes me want to read the next book, even though I had those issues or whatever. But I did talk to the author about it, and apparently that's done intentional, with the whole mostly romance thing. It's her way of easing people into fantasy, basically. But since I'm really well in fantasy, it just didn't work for me as well as it might for others, especially if fantasy is not your normal genre. So, but yeah, so the ending was really good. Now I'm stuck. She did send me the second book, so I am going to be reading that soon, so I'm kind of excited. And then I'm going to talk about the audio quality, because it was through Audible, and it was really good. It was through Audible, and they had different voice actors for Adam and for Salma and everybody, so there's no confusion. It was not monotone. I don't like when it's monotone, so I don't know why I'm stuck. Even that is so weird. Alright, give me 1 second. Technical difficulties for some reason. Oh. Oh, crap. I think my Wi-Fi is acting up. So I don't know why that is. Let's see if I could get connected back. Well, it looks like it's not gonna happen right now. We've been struggling with our Wi-Fi. Like I said, we got new boxes, but then the cat, ate it, basically, so I'm sorry about that. Hopefully, when the Wi-Fi, comes back on, I won't be stuck. There we go. Okay, I'm reconnected. So anyways, the the audio quality was really good. It was not monotone and it didn't drag on or anything like that. And I really appreciate that because I struggle with audio books that just are monotone and just sound awful, and the quality is bad. I literally had to switch from an audiobook recently to an ebook because I just could not do the audio because the quality was so bad and it was just distracting. But this one was really good. I got through it. It was good. I was kind of really impressed because I wasn't expecting it to be as great of a quality as it was. So yeah. So that's basically my little gist, I guess, of this book, Embrace of Shadows. And it's a really good book. I think I'm going to be giving it a 3.5 to a 4 star. Honestly, I'm leaning more towards the 3.5. And the author knows that, and she's fine. But that's just mine, my thing. Anyways, so yeah, if nobody has anything to say, because I don't know if anybody's read this actually. If you have read it, just reach out to me, let me know, or whatever. Please don't forget to follow me so that you can get updates of when I go live and when I do readings and other reviews. I'm on Twitter, YouTube, all of that. I even have a Bookstagram, Facebook, all Legacy Bookish, except for YouTube, it's Bookish Legacy, just because somebody had my name. Also, don't forget about the promo code for the website, which will be our next book that we're going to be reading, so I will promote that more when that time comes. Try and think if there was anything else. I don't think there is. I do have a TikTok too, so just look me up, and follow me so you could keep up with my content, my schedule, and all of that. A new schedule will be posted probably tomorrow. So yeah, so if there is nothing else, I will see y'all later.